technology, PSO win, and still truck, no shift. So I'm a little PO'd. I'm a little PSOM'd at the moment. Replaced the diode. Spent all that time taking it apart, putting it back together. Took it for a test drive with the camera. No shift. 1500 RPM at 20 mile an hour in first gear. Oh yeah, forks. But, you know, I haven't got to ride this in a while. I think it was Monday since I rode it because the rain was just coming down like crazy. And she just fires right up. It's Friday. At least this thing's reliable. It doesn't work well in the rain though. It sucks in the rain. It's probably low on fuel, actually. 1,536.3 miles on it. 1,000 miles on it. Like almost $2,000. Not quite. I think it had 1,200 on it when I bought it. Only owned by one owner. A guy named Schaefer sold it to me. I'm gonna go for a short ride. Okay, I have the clutch in. Why am I still rolling? I should not be. Okay. Okay. Engine's cold. You know what I ought to do? I ought to install the fogs on it. That way we could ride at night and not have to worry about, you know, I'm going to point them out to the outsides. I've got the fogs that I can put on these highway bars. I didn't have anything to put them on before. Gas isn't on. That helps. No wonder it died. Pants are riding up, man. No good. Come on, dickhead. It ain't 2 mile an hour. It's 35. Road rage issues, don't I? I just realized that. Oh well. Out in the country, not very safe to ride at night. On the highways and stuff. It's scary because you could have anything like run out in front of you at any point in time, whether it's Sasquatch or a deer. You could have that happen here in town too, but there's like street lights and that kind of stuff, and you're not going as fast. You kind of have to go fast on the highway in order to not get hit. Pizza sounds good for some reason. That light over there is always flashing. It's on a storage unit, it's always flashing. They should fix it. Should fix it. I don't know. It smells weird and like fruit back there. Yep, we gotta stop. Wow, the paint lines on the road are slippery. This bike because you don't feel every single solitary bump that's in the road on this bike. It's like, it's a lot smoother, you know. These guys are closed, but I have a debit card, so I'm gonna go get fuel. I probably am low. I've just ridden it for a while. I'm not sure how low. What am I even? Doing? Yeah, Dillon's is actually closed, but... Well, Walmart's probably closed too. Oh yeah, I can see metal in there. There ain't nothing in it. Ooh, I did get some gas on me. I love the smell of gas. We don't need diesel. We need gasoline. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Jesus Christ, $3.49 a gallon? Good thing we only need like 2 gallons. This thing doesn't knock, so I'm going to use 87 in it. I think I mentioned that I used to work here. It was a pretty crappy place to work. And it was all because of the management. Not the job itself. It was never because of the management. It was never because of the job. It's because the management, and the pay was actually pretty good. I was making right around $11 an hour, which is fine. But when they give you maybe 10 hours a week, then it becomes a problem of, well, the problem of not being able to afford to eat and pay rent and put gas in your own car. That's nasty. Why does this pump have like all or nothing? It's all or nothing with the pump. Jesus Christ, that's about as good as we're gonna get unless we want to dump it all over the tank. I'll go a little bit more. It's supposed to be in the tank, not on the tank. Oh shit, splashing. Yeah. That's called a Venturi. Okay, let me show you something kind of cool. Alright, you guys might not know this, but this right here, this is called a Venturi valve. Okay, and what that does is when this gets plugged with any kind of like liquid or anything at all, it'll stop the flow because it's got a mechanism in here that'll just stop it from pumping out. It'll shut it off. So, interesting little piece of gas station knowledge that most people don't think about or know about. Yep. Venturi valve. Or Venturi valve, I think, actually. I always just think Ace Ventura or Venturi. It's named after the inventor. Kind of neat. But it's a safety mechanism that even though you're not supposed to leave your tank unattended while pumping, if you do, it's designed to prevent overflow. Pretty neat little design, actually. It kind of idiot-proofs a lot of gas pumps. There's a lot of little things like that that we take for granted that actually we've probably used them a time or two and didn't know about it. But it's the little things, right? I love these boots. These are the Interceptors. Walmart has them, and they're cheap. They're like 30 bucks. It's not bad. They've lasted me a really long time, but now the soles are starting to wear down on them. Come on, bitch. I'm trying to keep my park lights on so I don't get a ticket, but the switch is all screwed up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stressed out. I'm writing because I'm stressed out, and it helps with the stress. I'm not sure how or why. Venturi valve. You look it up sometime on Google. It's called Venturi valve. V-E-N-T-U-R-I. Not exactly. I remember reading the story on it, but it wasn't very interesting. But I do read a lot of useless information, I guess. I'm a well of useless information, honestly. Everything from music to art to mechanical to electronic to mathematical to English to geography to geometry, you know, everything in between. But that was just one of those useless information things that was kind of fun. Even conspiracy theories, you know, I know a lot of conspiracy theories that are interesting. They're fun to talk about, but you don't dare really read too much into them because, like, if you start to read about them, then you'll be on this, like, it's almost like a witch hunt. It's like a rabbit hole. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going forever. And then never really leads anywhere. By the time you get done with it, your head will be spinning and you'll be like, so what the fuck really happened? I'm talking like hours. You know, I've done this before. You know. My helmet is not secure. Again. I'm just gonna pull over and fasten my helmet. Oh shit, what did I do? I gotta roll it. There we go. I forgot it's a friction transmission. Interference transmission. I got somebody behind me with their high beams on. Getting kind of in that out in the country area right now. Which is kind of scary because you do have deer out here in this area. Not something you want to run into. At any kind of speed. Big wide lanes though they got here. You're on the wrong side of the road, buddy. Bicyclist on the wrong side of the road. I about slammed into him. That would not have been pleasant at 45 miles an hour. Work here for a while. The parking lot's like empty though. That's strange. Yeah, I barely saw that bicyclist's headlight. I barely saw it because I had traffic oncoming and their headlights were brighter than his, and they were basically drowning out my windshield, so I couldn't see jack shit. And I'm over here on the other side. He's over the fog line on my side of the road headed towards me. And I'm on the outside. I can't see shit. That was fucking close. That would not have ended well. it drowns out the windshield, you can't see anything. Yeah. You can see cars and you can see bright lights just fine, but you cannot see a dim little LED headlight on a bicycle, especially if you're not expecting it to be coming at you in the wrong lane, the wrong direction. If I wouldn't have seen him last minute and swerved, oh man, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. That gas station's very well lit. shit. Road's uneven there. There's like a ledge. Car is riding behind a guy that's got one of his lights is bright and the other one is like super dim, like the halogen's burning out. I don't even think the cop knows that it's like burned out, but he's behind him so you can't see it. Pretty weird. You see stuff like that, you think, oh, well, either he's not paying attention or he doesn't see it or he doesn't care. But honestly, it was really weird at first because I kind of thought he might be like a... I kind of thought maybe he was a motorcycle at first because I couldn't tell, couldn't see. But then I thought the headlight that was burned out or low was actually a park light. So then I realized he was a car. There's nobody out tonight, Friday night. Hate this intersection, so I'm going to turn off of it. A four-way stop that nobody knows how to use. Seen a couple people get killed here. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Going fast enough for third gear. I'll go in here. Whoops. I'm tired. Can you tell? Not good. Hey,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
what's going
How you
on? How you doing?
All right, man. Heading home.
Hey,
All
take
right,
care.
see you later.
Hi. I am bored out of my mind. I am so bored. I might just go home and put on a movie or something. I don't know. There was a movie that was a new release that was called I can't even remember now. I was watching a movie a while back earlier, but I shut it off. Started working on that electronic module, and then it didn't work, and I got mad. I was like, okay, you know what? Just forget it. The only movies that I really actually like are pretty much extremely funny comedy movies and horror movies. And maybe like sci-fi stuff, but kind of like, well, do you remember the premise of Markiplier, In Space with Markiplier? Kind of like that kind of thing, where it's like real trippy sci-fi, weird type situations that would never normally happen. Or like dystopic type future type stuff, you know? I don't know. That's what I could do, guys. I could just ride and tell ghost stories. That would be interesting. Because I got a few that are pretty good. And some of them that are actually true. I don't know if you'd be able to hear me over the bike, though. I'm going into the turn lane because I can't turn sharp. Because I couldn't lean. Okay, so here's the thing. When you stop, you need to prepare for your turn, and I didn't do that. So you never want to be leaning when you stop, and you never want to have your wheel turned when you stop. Because if you do, there's a very good possibility that if you hit sand or you slip, that you're going to be going sideways. So always make sure your wheel is straight when you turn, and always make sure that you're not leaning when you stop. Two things I've learned the hard way. I think I'm going to head back. Can't hit 5th gear, not at 25. This road sucks too. I need to check my tire. Something's wrong with it. The lowest speed I can hit in 5th gear is about 30. And then it's going so slow, the engine is going so slow that it's almost like barely even above idle. I'm not turning the signal on because there's nobody around me. There's no point. See, I could hit 4th gear at 20. But if I go, see how slow that engine's going? Pop, 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 pop. It's barely even going. You can get 96 miles an hour in 5th gear on top end on this bike. But you can't take off from 5th gear because you'll kill it. It'll putter out. So you're idling at 15 in the 2nd gear, or 10 in 2nd gear. God damn, the roads have gotten worse in this town, or in this park, like dramatically worse. Guys, I think I'm just gonna head in. I'm bored, tired, not feeling well. I'm good, but I'm not feeling well. I found out something on that no energy thing, and it actually helped quite a bit. Now, when they did my lab work, they came back and it said that my vitamin D levels were low. D as in Delta. And it was draining my energy. Well, I realized that I wasn't, like, drinking milk or eating cheese or anything dairy. Hadn't been going out in the sun much. So I figured, okay, yeah, maybe. So I started going out in the morning and like just take my shirt off and just kind of hang out in the sun. It's fine. Got Sapphire out here. She's probably low on vitamin D too. 'Cause she's always inside. LEDs don't make vitamin D. It doesn't matter how bright they are. Um, lights, they don't, they're not the same as the sun. Um, but, uh, I feel a lot better. I've got energy and I feel like, you know, I might not be dying. um, so as far as um, that medical thing goes, um, it turns out that this really good news on that. Actually, I should have just told you guys because I was ecstatic when I found out. I don't have cancer. Um, so they went ahead and they screened me. They checked. Um, the original diagnosis was that there were some um, polyps that were removed from my uh, colon, and they had sent them off to be tested, and they thought that they were cancerous and that there was an issue there. So they got the um, I forgot what that's called now already. Um, but yeah, they did a test on it, and it came back, and it's not cancerous. They're benign. Now, those can develop into cancer if they don't remove them, but they've removed them, so I'm good there. They did check my hemoglobin A1C. My A1C is very high. That's a measurement of your blood glucose over the past 3 months. And it was because I have been forced to buy this over-the-counter insulin that you buy at Walmart, this Novolin, and I mean, sure, yeah, it will save your life in a pinch, but it's not really good for type 1 diabetic that is a brittle diabetic. It takes about 30 minutes to work, and it doesn't last. It's not as powerful as some of the prescription insulins that they want $300 and $400 for it. But the good thing about it is if you don't have medical insurance, you can buy it and use it to save your life for a while. And it's about $23 to $27 per vial. About 30, somewhere in there, depending on where you are. So I had been buying that because I didn't have health insurance for the longest time. Um, and so what we're doing is we're speaking to an endocrinologist and a couple of other people to see if we can get me on a better insulin that, or possibly we're talking about an insulin pump and constant glucose monitoring, which is the CGM, um, which would make my life about a billion times better eventually, and um, then I wouldn't have to inject, but I would have um, I would have a thing stuck to my side, which would be like a constant needle in my side. You talk about a thorn in your side. I don't know. They don't hurt when you inject usually. The biggest thing for me is I've got to really be careful where I inject because if I hit a capillary or what have you, or even a nerve area, then it hurts and it can bleed and it can cause a huge bruise if you're not careful. So other than that, that between the constant glucose monitoring and the intelligent machines that can detect whether you're getting ready to go into a low or you're getting ready to go into a high blood sugar state, um, and then you can push a button which will basically bolus a certain amount of insulin for you. That would make my life a hell of a lot easier because I was diagnosed at age 19 and it's been a hell of a 20 years that I've had um, this nasty disease that I would not wish upon the devil himself. Okay, wait, well, maybe him. Uh, but I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, you know. And no living, breathing person should have an autoimmune disease that prevents them from having energy and enjoying life. And there's several autoimmune diseases and other diseases that are like that in this world. And I think they're plagues. I think that they're here uh, to kill people, to take people out of existence. So, and I did hear about something else interesting that I have to do some more research on it before I really share it, but there is actually something that they're coming out with where you can actually uh, change your DNA, manipulate your DNA at a certain level to remove disease and stuff like that, which it's interesting, but I don't know. Um, there's probably some not so pleasant things about it, I'm sure, because your DNA is your at a molecular level. That's what it makes you. Um, but yeah, everything from everything to everything is affected by DNA. Um, um, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, AGCG. Adenine, guanine, uh, cytosine, and adenine. Wait, no. I don't remember what the fourth one. But that's been a long time since biology. Um, but did I forget to turn my fuel off? I sure as hell did. All that gas we just bought, it would be wasted on the ground. But, yeah, everything seems to be looking better for me. Um, I thought things were really looking bleak. I thought for sure that I had cancer. Um, I have a different health condition um, in that way that causes some unpleasant symptoms, but it's not life or death. So I'm not going to die. I'm happy for that. Uh, I need to get my blood sugars under control, and we're working on that. I need to get my vitamin D levels up. They prescribed a vitamin D uh, prescription vitamin for me. They were saying something about my kidney function, but I mean, that again is blood sugar related. So honestly, you know, it kind of is what it is. I can fix it. Um, it's just going to take something different than what I have right now, that I don't have right now. But that's why we're going to this specialist. And I feel fine. I feel much, much better. Uh, I think a lot of it was stress because of the possible prognosis of um, having cancer, and then being worried that I might not be around in a couple of years, or I have to go to chemo. God, it must. Oh my God, fuck cancer. It must fucking suck. I feel bad for anybody that actually has cancer or gets diagnosed with it. It's got to be a killer. No, I mean not just physically. It's a life ruiner. Just the possibility of being diagnosed with that shit scared the hell out of me. It made me not want to live for a long time. And well, I'll be honest with you, the the original diagnosis that I got for being diabetic, actually, I didn't know if I wanted to live. I'll be honest with you. It was very heartbreaking. It was devastating. I went home and I bawled my eyes out. I didn't know um, what the future would bring. I didn't even know if I would live this long. And here, look at me. I mean, I'm 36 years old and I got diagnosed at 19. But it takes a lot of needles and a lot of doctors and a lot of money that I really have never had all my life, but I'm alive. You know, I've managed to make it this far. And I guarantee you, I will never, ever give up. My life is the last thing that I have to give, and I will fight for it with my life. Every breath I hold in my body and every breath I take in and breathe out. So, we'll be around for a few more years, guys. Many as I can. Other than that, it was a fun bike ride. It's about maybe 60 degrees out here, maybe 70. It was about 80. You guys, I'm gonna go in and finish watching this movie. I can't remember what it was called. It was some 2022 horror movie. All I remember is there was white on the cover of it. It's on Netflix. You all have a wonderful, magnificent rest of your evening. Take care, and wherever you're watching, whatever time you have, whether it's morning, noon, night, day, afternoon, take care. Have an absolutely wonderful one. Make the most of it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care for now, guys. Always be true to yourselves, and peace. Elijah. Oh, you know I'm gonna do it. Out!
Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.